Hello, welcome to Nill Gaming. I am your host, Nill. Today I will be playing The Binding of Isaac with the DLC content Wrath of the Lamb. Now, for those of you who don't know, The Binding of Isaac is a very Zelda-esque style of play where you dungeon crawl. However, all the dungeons are randomly generated, thus giving a lot of playthrough, and it has very dark humor spin. So you see lots of gore, so be prepared for that. And what the most quirky thing about this game is, aside from the graphics and animations and drawings themselves, are the upgrades you get per dungeon level are also randomized, meaning your character can play and look very different from playthrough to playthrough. So, I'm also explaining for those who've never played, you unlock characters. Here's a list of them. I'm gonna hit random. Since this is just a let's play here, I'm just gonna play through, although I warn you I might die pretty soon if I get a certain character, we'll see. Apparently I got Isaac. Alright, I can live with that. Oh look. Already got a reward room. I swear the quicker you are to find the reward room, the more mediocre your item is. I've never been a big fan of that item. It can be useful on the first couple bosses, but I don't look forward to, an item I dislike after 2 levels of dungeon. If I remember quickly, what that does is it slows down and damages the enemies some on your screen. So basically, Binding of Isaac, once again for those who don't know, you run around, it's shooter influenced, you spray tears at enemies, and it's pretty much your only attack. Tears, and you can lay bombs down. However, bombs are limited in quantity. Typically what you try not to do is, what I just failed to do, is not get hit. This game is pretty brutal, you do die a lot, and hearts can sometimes be hard to find. So, we'll see how good my luck is here. Hate to die too easily on you guys, but it does happen where someone will die on the first or second dungeon. At the rate I'm going here trying to talk to you guys at the same time playing, I might not last very long. Of course, you got your generic key right there. The poop can give you items. Well, sometimes I wonder if it's even worth it to try to shoot it down for the small chance of getting an item. Yeah, dungeons are randomized, so is the boss. You can get lucky or unlucky and get a very easy or tough boss. So we'll see what I get. Sometimes it seems like the dungeon enemies are indicative of what the boss will be, other times it doesn't. Here we got Larry Jr., pretty simple. Snakes around at random, doesn't chase you, and you got him down. See, let's use this item we got here though. See, lots of damage for early stage boss. Too bad I didn't get to really utilize it because he pooed my way out. Trying to avoid too much foul stool idioms. So, I'm gonna actually say poo. You do actually can get an ability called the poop, which allows you to poop. So even the game creator doesn't call it shit. It's pretty surprising, because you can find like fetus allies and everything. I think the fetus, there's a few things like baby or little brother or something. Either way, it's obvious that it's a fetus reference, but I suppose there is no actual foul language in this game itself, despite being horribly gory. So pretty simple first boss. Good choice to have. So, got my upgrade, this is a max health increase. Always good, you never want too many of those though. Of all the possible stat increases between attack speed, attack power, movement speed, and hearts, I prefer straight up attack power. So I skipped through there, just a loading screen. Isaac has some dream that always ends up being pretty sad. And then life goes on as he tries to escape the dungeon. Pills, joy. Of course, 1 heart down. This wasn't permanent decrease. Oh, spiders. I Hate spiders. I honestly do hate spiders, but you're probably gonna hear me say that about multiple different enemies throughout the Let's Play. Spiders are fast, annoying to hit, and when they're these kinds, they have lots of HP, and they spawn doubles. Even though those have less HP, still all the more stuff to handle. I think the smaller ones jerk around quicker. Got plenty of keys, but better than having not enough, because usually after the first floor, to get the treasure room, you have to have a key. I think on rare occasion the first dungeon may require a key, but usually doesn't. Of course I found the boss room first. Now sometimes I get so lazy and don't even want to go and search, or perhaps I'm just wrecking so hard with the items I already have, I'll just fight the boss before I even get the treasure item. And dungeons is so small right now though, and I don't have many power-ups. I definitely should get this one. So I got a passive item. Those are always active, although most of them I don't know what they do. This one actually increases your chance of getting mushrooms. And of course I get this item first. This has got to be one of the most self-destructive yet powerful upgrades, where all your bullets become bombs. Although what it is really useful for is you can then hunt down the secret rooms without worrying about wasting your bombs, like so. So I just got a bunch of money off of that. And there's 2 secret rooms I believe per layer. If not, there's a chance of 2. One is also known as a top secret room, which usually has only 1 or 2 rooms connecting to it. So that's why I'm still trying to toss around bombs. Oh, Pink Widow. So what's unique about the Binding of Isaac is that not only, you know, are the bosses random, all the enemies in the game have a chance of spawning as a different color, which gives them different properties. And apparently this is making them very fast, which does not work well with my bomb type technique. Luckily it doesn't focus on doing as many of those spawn things. And since it's still early in the game and I got the bomb upgrade first, it takes very few shots. But I don't mind that. Where it's going to be annoying though is we need enemies right in front of you because it's a quick fly chasing you down or something like that. Let's hope it doesn't come down to that. Or something like this happens. It wasn't too bad, but it shouldn't have gotten hit to begin with. Just blow all this up. Actually do want to go. Every floor also has a shop room, which requires a key to enter. If you have extra, it's not bad. You can have some decent items. Not in this case, though. The items I think are most sought after if you go into the shop room, though, are the ladder. If you can't fly, the ladder lets you jump 1 gap in these holes, which is really useful in some cases when, say, for example, this room had a chest in the center instead of a heart. Or if you really needed that heart, trust me, that ladder would be worth it. The other highly valued item, in my opinion, that you find in the shop, I'm not sure what it's called exactly, but it's a nun's hood. And what it does is that whenever you get hit, your spacebar ability recharges really fast. And in some cases, if you got the, I believe it's called Yum Heart, or the Book of Revelations, those each give you either a red hearts or a blue hearts. And because of the fact that it increases your skill, your spacebar regeneration so quickly, every time you get hit, you get like half the bar returned. And that's per hit, it doesn't matter how much the damage is, but if you get hit half a heart, and you're returning 1 heart every time you use the book, then you essentially have infinite health. And with the Book of Revelations, you have infinite defenses. So I've played a game where I had that combination, very powerful. I don't know why I just went that way. I know where the boss is already. Getting distracted explaining things. So if we're talking thoroughly about the Binding of Isaac play style, still beating everything, I'm pretty proud of my talk and play ability. Pestilence I think is one of the easier of the 4 horsemen. Doesn't move around, and as you hurt him, he gets easier if he loses his head, and he spawns simpler enemies. But I just wrecked him so fast, you really couldn't even tell all those nuances. So, a powerful item that I pick, what I just got to make the bomb shots. There's also, I believe, the Dr. Fetus head, which actually launches a traditional bomb that you use with E, and that kind of slides some when you shoot it rather than jump. So that's kind of useful in that you can just slide it in front of an enemy as opposed to trying to lob it at them. Because then you kind of get this problem that I was close to having where a fly will get too close and you're running around trying to bomb them the entire time. Now for those of you who don't know, I believe the boss challenge room was added in the Wrath of the Lamb DLC. You need to have one heart, red heart, to enter these rooms, and they give you a treasure similar to doing a boss or treasure room. So, I mean, definitely useful if you know you have a pill that gives you full health, or if you happen to have blue hearts, or you're just that confident in the fact that you should be able to handle the boss. So of course right now I don't feel like suiciding myself down to one heart, because I mean I have the most self-destructive weapon you can own in this game that I've seen, at least. Because even though I've sunken in about 35 hours now to the Binding of Isaac, I'm still missing, I think, 30% of the items. I still can beat the game, I think, 6, maybe even 12 more times before I unlock all the achievements. I don't even want to begin explaining how all the different playthroughs work. Maybe some other video I'll explain them. Alright, this is when real bombs become useful. Control. I'll enter the shop again, why not? Maybe I'll find greed. Map is pretty useful. Okay. Well, the map will never show you the top secret room, so if I really felt like thoroughly analyzing every dungeon, I would still be bombing like just about every wall. But I am too lazy for that. Plus, you know, Wrath of Isaac is a pretty quick game if you keep on running through things as fast as you can. So being forced to, I don't know, I found out what that ally did, but being forced to check every wall really increases the time to play this game. Oh, that's interesting. So I've never actually had this partner for long enough time to know what he did. Apparently he eats your coins and gives you items back instead. I don't even know what this does, but I don't really care for mushrooms, so. See, that's the first time I've seen a raw liver, although it's just a health up as like any other health up item. Still pretty useful. Ouch. Like I said, most self-destructive item. I like this guy. Takes 3 coins and gives me a key in return. That's usually at least 5 coins. Something else that these little bombs can do, they can rip a door open, which means I can just ignore this room since I got everything in the dungeon. Just run through instead. Well, that's interesting. So occasionally, yeah, you can find old bosses as mini bosses. That was one of them. Lovers gives you a couple hearts. Boy, I'm set to fight this boss then. Oh, Chub, he's fun. Pretty simple as well. I've been getting a lot of easy bosses. Oh, but he is this light blue teal color. This is the one time where Dr. Fetus upgrade is definitely better than this time. In fact, it might generally be better, but weaker than IPEC. Reason being, Chub, his spoiler